What is up, Party Rental people? This is Justin from Party Rental Knowledge. If you don't know, I help teach tips and tricks in the party rental industry. And this is my buddy, Adam, the tent guy.
I'm the tent guy, and if you don't know, I just point a camera at my face and talk about what I do. Right?
Which is like tents, pretty much.
Tents and stuff, yeah.
Lots of stuff. The real name of his channel is like Tent Guy and Entrepreneurial Stuff, right?
Yeah, tent guy and other entrepreneur stuff. I don't do too much of the other stuff. I've done eBay, Amazon, shirts, but then some people get annoyed at it. So every once in a while, I just show something else that I do.
Well, you've got like an Airbnb. You got the wedding.
I
you know
put
what I
that
mean?
on there too.
Well, that's the whole thing today, honestly, is how we're expanding our party rental business.
Multiple sources of income. Go ahead.
Exactly. And I try to keep it around the same area too. Like all my expansions, I try to do party rental stuff. So I bought a foam machine. I bought one from Foam Daddy. I bought a stacker cannon. So I'm excited. I know you're getting in the Nerf wars, aren't you?
Yeah. So yesterday around noon, I just decided to start a Nerf war company, and I did the Google listing and the Facebook. And today, the guy who runs it came over so I could show him how to do PayPal invoicing, because that's all we're doing. I made a template on PayPal, and we just fill it out and send it to him. Super easy. And we're only doing one party weekend right now. So all he's going to do is keep track of it in a calendar book. And when he was over, we made our second booking. I made a booking earlier today, and then when he was over, we made one. So it's actually good training for him. Because I can jump right into this. I've never used PayPal before, but I just jumped right into it and figured it out. I wanted to show how to make an order and all this stuff because he's all brand new. So yeah, basically 26 hours after doing it, I got 2 bookings. Don't own anything yet though. Still figuring that out. But yeah, so multiple sources, multiple streams of income. So I had a tent business and I was like, let me try to do dumpsters. Let me try to do this or that. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know anything about those. Why don't I just try taking more of what I know? Why don't I just start businesses in what I know? So then we expanded into dishes, restroom trailers, then the Airbnb. We got it to do events at, but that plan changed. It's mostly an Airbnb that we still allow events, but that was kind of in the same circle. And then obviously this Nerf thing is events as well. So like there's a lot of different places you can go from this business, and you don't have to spend a whole bunch of time learning a brand new skill in a brand new business. And you can have other people run these things. I have someone else run restroom trailers. Someone else is running the Nerf thing.
One guy can show up in his truck with a foam cannon and do a party that I get charged $500 for the first hour, or $400 for a regular foam party. Each, if you want a colored foam or a black light foam, it's $150 more, so $550 basically. And then if you want to add multiple colors to do like every color in a rainbow, it's like every $100. It's $100 each additional color, so it can get lucrative really quick. And then it's like $200 for every hour after that. That's how I'm breaking the market. That's how I'm coming in here, doing it. I'm going to screen share a little bit. Let me show you something. No, wrong button. Bear with me. Should have been more prepared. You see that? They're coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Foam Daddy has like UV glow foam too with a black light. That's not the can I'm getting. I'm getting the stacker cannon. Let me see what else. Remove that. But yeah, that's just one of the videos. There's a few more. Do you have any Nerf gun videos or anything like that you can show?
No, not set up prepared. Anyways, no.
Right
now today I bought all the Nerf guns, the bulk darts. I bought some scatter terrain, which is just like these tiny boxes that you inflate. It's not like the real stuff you're hiding behind, just to make the course interesting. And I'm waiting on quotes for the big bunkers, and they're much more expensive than I thought they were going to be.
Do those like bunkers that look like boxes and all those different things. That looks really interesting.
Right.
Like, that looks like a lot of fun. But here's another video of this. Here's the Canon that I actually got. Looks so sweet. I wish I could show like the music with you guys too. It's so much fun though. But yeah, I'm really excited for the foam daddy Canon. I want to get like they have these tents with like stands too that you can buy from different printing companies. So you can do barricades. You can cover them with like even if you're not using it for the foam, you can cover your generators. You can cover your like different products or something like that. You have like you want to like just keep out of the way. Like you want to use like for lines or something like that, advertising. Just use one panel as an advertising piece. They have the tents. So say you want to go show up somewhere and give out business cards, you can use that tent for that too, if you wanted to. I have another thing that's going to be coming out that I'm going to use the tent for too in the future, I feel. So I'm definitely going to buy the tent with my foam machine as well. There's a different company that sells them. I just invited that guy to the group as well. I can show you his company.
Oh, while you're looking for that, see, I got Corny Kearney on my channel at 9:30 tonight. A lot of you guys probably know Corny Kearney, so he'll be on.
And Thursday, I have Ray, the video guy, coming in on the group as well. He's new to the scene, but he's not new to Party Rentals. He actually owns an escape room, and he's not new to video whatsoever. He's got a YouTube channel with like over 16,000 people on it, and he's also got like he's very well followed and well versed when it comes to video and video marketing. We can get your stuff on Hulu, like video ads on Hulu, all kinds of weird stuff. Video marketing, video ads. I'm glad to actually introduce him to the group and stuff like that too. He's a longtime friend of Bob Sparkles. Well, here, check this out too. Here's put this up. But yeah, this is the foam machine stuff.
There's the tent you're talking about.
Yeah, there's the tent. There's a tent. They make this in 10 by and 5 by. And you don't have to do foam daddy either, like or it doesn't have to be foam stuff. They make this tent for like anything. Like you can just event tents. They're decently priced too, these guys. I'm not gonna lie. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, isn't a 10 by 10 more expensive than this from Euramax?
It's very small. We can't see it. You're gonna have to say what it is.
Oh. Hold on.
It's small on the screen.
How do I zoom in? User error. What is that? There it is. Come on. Let me zoom in like an old man.
Well,
all right, it's not letting me.
Just tell us.
All right, it's a 10 by 10 pop up.
For how much?
It's $550, isn't
right? But it's branded, right?
Yeah, but it's branded.
Right.
So isn't like similar, and this looks like doesn't it look like Euramax quality?
No. It's got square legs. I mean, I think my 10 by 10 was 600 or 700. I don't remember.
Yeah, like 7. It's interesting. I don't know, but they have these are sick too. Like these right here. You can have these for any business, pretty much. I'm gonna have. What's up? Like the dividers. Yeah, they're vinyl on like These things are like.
So if you got a catering stand at a thing, you could set this up for people to stand behind, or set up 2 of them or 3, so you can have that zigzag thing.
Corny Carney was saying you can hide your wheels of your truck if you want to put it like in a flatbed truck and stand on it and use it as a stage.
Okay.
I thought that was a cool idea. But yeah, I'm really interested in all that stuff. I'm not gonna lie. So ask questions. Who's like?
We had a question.
Yeah, I will. Hold on. I've got one question. I ask questions. We want to are you guys getting into foam? Are you guys getting into Nerf wars? What are you
getting into?
Yeah.
We just start off the video talking about something. You can ask any question you want. Literally any question.
You can always ask us whatever, but we always like to try and have some type of theme and topic to kind of keep it somewhat functional here. So, what type of insurance do you need for the Nerf gun business? I heard it's like the same type of insurance as as the paintball and stuff like that.
So we're only going to be getting liability. We're not going to get coverage for our equipment because the equipment's it's more expensive than I thought it was, but it's not that expensive. So if someone busts a $200 barrier, it's not even worth claiming. So we're just going to get liability for the people getting hurt if they get hurt. Hopefully they don't get hurt. But so just general liability. And then the guy doing it, he's just using his own pickup trucks. So it's like a very small business. So we're not getting auto. It's only one dude. He's part owner. So no workers' comp. General liability is all we're doing. We're not going to be backing up into people's yards because this stuff is so easy to just, blow up by an outlet and then carry it over. So we're not going to be backing up into grass and stuff. We're going to stay on the people's driveways. So the only exposure is kids getting hurt. So general liability.
Facebook user thinks foam is going to be a big hit this year. I do too. I think foam's going to be some serious stuff, honestly. I don't think it's no joke to sleep on whatsoever. My one buddy was saying that there's like Yes Day. There's a bunch of foam stuff in there. I haven't seen that. I don't know what that is, but it's supposed to be big. And it's making the foam scene pretty good too. So that's, if you know what that is. What were we both doing before the rental business, and what made you get into it? I grew up in the party rental industry. Like, I grew up in a carnival. Excuse me. And then I also worked for tent companies, and I also worked for entertainment companies growing up. So I've been doing this most of my life, and I liked it a lot. Then I traveled and tried to go back in the carnival, and I was just like, screw that. I'd rather do party rentals. So I got back into party rentals and started my own company. And I started putting my face on YouTube, and now I'm here talking to you guys on Tuesday.
Mine is, my story was my roommate in college worked for a company that was dual city. Actually, I went to Buffalo College. He was from Rochester, and they had a store in Rochester and Buffalo. So occasionally when they were doing a big job for the football team or whatever, I'd go help do stuff, just manpower. And then during the summer, I was like, well, I got this experience and I'm friends with these people. So I'm just going to use them as a reference and have them say that I worked a whole lot more than I did. So then I got a job at a Taylor Rental, which did equipment and tents and stuff. And I worked there for the summer, and I saw pricing. And it was my summer right before my 4th year. And I'm like, they make a lot of money off these tents. Let me try this. So when I graduated, actually 2 weeks before I graduated, I decided to start a tent company. This was before Google was big and Google AdWords and Facebook and all that. So I took some ads out in my local newspaper back at home, Penny Saver, the local newspaper, and advertised tents. And I bought 3 tents with some bond money that my grandparents were getting me throughout my whole life, and I maxed out some credit cards. So then I did 3 tents pretty much every single weekend that summer, and I worked 60 hours at a gas station overnights to save up for tables and chairs. So in my 2nd year, I had tables and chairs for the tents, and I basically just put all the money back in. And then my friend was basically running the company he was working for, but they didn't give him a 401k, no medical, no nothing. And he saw that I was doing pretty good. So he jumped right into, he had a lot of credit card, whatever, because the company used to send him to Florida because they had a store in Florida. So they would just transport stuff back and forth, and he'd pay his credit card the whole time. When he got back, they would reimburse him. So by the time he was 20, he had $60,000 credit limits. So he just maxed out his credit cards, got straight into wedding. And I was like, nah, I don't know. I don't ever see weddings. But you never see the wedding in someone's backyard. So he showed me the books. I'm like, okay, I'll get into weddings. And I did. But during then, I was working normal jobs. I actually had an office job in insurance. And the year I quit, I was trying to go down to Monday. No, I was going down to Tuesday, Thursdays, and maybe one other day. And I got them to do it. And then I was out with my crew delivering something, and someone called for a 40 by 80 for that weekend. And I was like, I have it, but I don't have the time. I got a normal job. So I was kicking myself. I'm like, I want to do it. I told him I couldn't do it. I called him back 15 minutes later and said, I can do it. The next day I went into my office job and said, I gave my 2-week notice 2 weeks ago. And then they walked me out. So I've been doing that since 2000. I've been doing tents since 2005, full time since 2008.
Awesome.
Was that too long?
No, that was perfect. This guy wanted to say thank you.
Hey, you're welcome, Justin Christian II.
What is your rate for the Nerf gun party? What are you gonna charge?
It's $300, and built within that price is them buying 250 Nerf darts because we don't want to pick them up. We're buying 1,200 Nerf darts for $32, so it's not even that much. 250 of them, so we just go and pick them up. It's like a bonus. Like the kids get to keep their Nerf darts that they can use back at home. 300 plus delivery.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, and then $30 per extra person above 10.
Do you have procedures when, like, if they break the guns or anything like that, they have to replace them and buy them?
No, the guns are going to break. The guns are only $12. So,
will you get a broken gun every single thing?
No idea yet. I mean, it's Nerf, so they're pretty well made. But it's also not the kid's gun, so he's not going to take care of it as much. So maybe they might throw them around. We'll have to see we'll cross that as we go. But yeah, I've ordered extra guns than what we need because of that.
Because you're experimenting, so if anything, it's a smart move, honestly. So what's your initial investment in all this?
It's going to be about $1,200 for the bunkers. It was $32 for 1,200 darts. It was $170 for the guns. And then I bought some scatter terrain, like I said, little boxes and stuff just to make it look cool. And that comes in a box of 4 at Walmart for $32. So I bought one. I need to buy another one. So $1,600, $1,700.
So you could probably get it back in like less than 10 rentals, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm a 33% owner. I'm putting all the money in. He's doing all the work. So it's going to take me 15 rentals to get my money back because our first 2 things we're using for a website and other things. And then our third rental, we're putting away in an account for gas so that he can pay for gas for the whole summer. So yeah, basically my thing is here's some money. I'm not doing anything and I'm making money. It's going to be a little longer for me to start making money.
But you don't got to get off your butt.
Exactly.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then we may expand it into archery tag for more adults, like an adult party. Once they don't want to do Nerf, they want to archery tag. I'm not doing laser tag, though.
No jelly ball?
I don't think I'm going to do jelly ball either.
You're not a jelly belly guy?
I haven't looked into it much, but I just made a Facebook group for Nerf gun party rentals. Basically so I could learn stuff, but you know, everyone can go there and learn stuff from each other. And as I do stuff, I'll post what I'm learning and post videos and whatnot.
Oh yeah. It's just that more focused stuff. Like there's bounce house groups, there's yard card groups, there's foam machine groups. There's only one Party Rental Knowledge group that has everybody from everywhere in it. And that's where the magic happens, right?
Yep, and there's only one Nerf party rental group.
Yeah, there is. He locked that down. So
yeah,
now there's gonna be 6 this week. You know that, right?
Yeah, maybe, but yeah, everything went crazy. Like all within the same hour. I made the Facebook group. I made the business, and then we started getting calls. We were getting calls and comments and Facebook messages within the first hour. I was a little scared because the first few people were like, "Oh, that's too much." But then everyone after that was like, "Oh, that sounds reasonable. $300. Okay."
Yeah, everybody's like, my mom was like, "You're gonna charge $500 for a foam party?"
Right.
And I'm like, "Yeah." And it was like, so it's just like, people rent that, and like pretty much, people, somebody was gonna rent like a 20 by 40 for like 2 days. Literally, they were literally about to like rent it for like $1,200. I was like, I'm not doing that. I can't do that to somebody for 2 days because my booking system wasn't charging right.
So within 2 hours or an hour or so of my Facebook business site being up, we got actually two phone calls for that weekend, and obviously we didn't have the stuff yet, so we had to turn it down for this coming weekend for Saturday. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're awesome. Who said that?
Put your name.
John Priniz. If just so you know, when we use the StreamYard, basically at the top, and right there, there's a little link that says, give StreamYard permission to see your name. It's just so we can see your name. There's no good examples in here. Like I could show you right here.
Basically, when I started out, I had my friend who I was talking about, my roommate.
See? That's me.
Right. My friend, my roommate, who was still working for that big company, I had him. So I would call him all the time and ask him questions. Even though he didn't have his own business yet, he still worked from the age of 13 to 25 at a rental business. So he knew the ins and outs. And he told me everything I needed to know. And so like it's kind of like a pay it forward. Also, just when competitors came to my warehouse, I'm just like, yo, you need to do your lights like this, or look at this jackhammer, or look at this. This will save you time because I see what you're doing. And none of them cared. They thought I was talking down to them, but what I was really just trying to do was show them stuff
and help them out, make them money. And like I've always been obsessed in this industry of saving my time and my back, and saving like just you know what I mean. I don't know, like just doing it the right way and more efficient ways of doing things. And I grew up doing it kind of that way, so it just came naturally. So it's just like, and then I don't know. There's no good information out here, so I was like, what if we put it all out there so people can repeat and actually use it? So,
I don't even care this Nerf gun thing. Like, if a whole bunch of people learn about it, because what's going to happen is the more people who learn about it and start a business, more customers see it and see how fun it is, and then more customers want to rent it, and then it just means there's more business for everyone. Same thing with the horse trailer. I built a horse trailer. There weren't that many out there. And I didn't care. I was going to tell everyone what I was doing. So then other people start doing it. And now customers are going to see it out at a wedding they go to. And they're like, oh, that's cool. And then it just means that there's more people who are going to rent it because now they know it exists.
I love the group too, because literally there's literally people in there that like everybody's initial thought, even mine, like I've done this my whole life, but I was never an owner. I never was a party rental owner. Literally like, your first instinct is to just, oh, well, I got to have a lower price to get more things. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like, it's like your first instinct. And it's just like, no, don't do that. That's a bad idea. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Don't lower the price. The opposite, actually raise your price. Don't ruin the market. You're going to screw your market up. And I think there's a lot of people in the group that are actually like figuring that out slowly. Over time, there's so many people coming in that are new. The group isn't perfect. You know what I mean? It's still social media. Like I'm not going to be able to like hold everybody's hand and stop them from being mean to you because you post a picture, like you asked a question, is Omega a good inflatable to buy? You know what I mean? In the group, like everybody's sick and tired of hearing that. But I'll answer the question every single day because that's what I do.
Yeah, I'll answer it.
Yeah, some people don't, and that's
some people say use the search function, and I have to try to find an old post, and the search function isn't that great. It's not that great. If you type, like I typed in, I forget what I typed in the other day because someone had made a post, but then it just takes that word and shows you every single thing. I don't know. You can find it, but sometimes it takes too long. Sometimes it's just easier to ask the question. So that happens. So this whole Nerf party idea, I would have never thought of it unless it was for this group. Someone posted a picture of their Nerf party thing, and I was like, oh, good idea. And then I spent the next week researching.
Yeah, cheap hand trucks, they're not the best.
Yes, everyone. This seems kind of like a punch to the gut in the beginning, buying an expensive cart or buying an expensive tarp or buying an expensive jackhammer or just all these things. But what it is it allows you to be more efficient. You could either buy more equipment and work harder and longer hours, or you could invest in tools to make you more efficient, work less hours, and make more profit. The whole goal is more profit, not just more revenue, because it costs money to make revenue. But if you invest in efficiency things, you make more profit. Or, instead of getting home 2 hours earlier, now you can do 2 more jobs. Also, it keeps your guys from getting tired. We used to do 54 stakes on a tent by hand, took an hour, 15 minutes, hour and a half in like really hard ground. And then there would be a half hour of resting afterwards. Now we get it done in 15 minutes with jackhammers and then go right on to the next thing.
Look at this. Obstacle courses. Somebody's selling them. They're marketing them by saying they're completely open for better ventilation. UV light hits all the surfaces, and you don't have 20 kids piled up on top of each other in a closed area. So that's how you upgrade from a bounce house to an obstacle course. That's how he's upselling.
Right. So Corny Crane is in here. We just can't see him because he didn't make his name.
That wasn't Corny. That was somebody else talking about him.
Oh, okay.
But Corny, I'm pretty sure Corny is in here. Corny's coming on at in like another hour. Yeah.
9:30 on my channel.
With you. Ooh, I'm excited. But no, Thursday, rated video guy. I mentioned it before, but this guy. Yeah. Big things, people. Big news, big video news. Like literally, I'm very happy what we're gonna be able to bring to you guys and be able to show you guys and help you with. Like, very excited actually. There's a lot better video editing for my business too. We're gonna start doing some different videos on my business and Bob's business to show you people actually like some of the stuff that we can do. But like, man, Hulu ads, all kinds of different ads. You can do ads on YouTube videos if it's relevant to your area, if you know what you're doing. But most YouTube ads don't work. So don't do that unless you're really, really smart. Ask somebody knows what you're talking about. So,
I know most people don't watch. I don't even watch YouTube ads. I skip. And by the amount that I get off of YouTube, I know that everyone else is skipping as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, YouTube ads. When I do see a YouTube ad and I do watch it for a little while, you got that 5 seconds. The main information needs to be within those 5 seconds because people are skipping. But then most of these ads are going, the main information is 30 seconds in. It's like, no, you only got 5 seconds of attention. Get it all in that 5 seconds. And no one really does. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's I try to you only got like a hook too. You only got like 5 seconds to try and like really capture their attention too on a YouTube video.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, he's here. The inflatable carnival. Yeah, he was telling me there's all kinds of stuff that you can use for that different berries, dude. I'm really excited by all the things that are in here too. There's some other stuff that I want to buy too. Like, what are people buying? I want to know what people are buying. I'm curious. Like, that Lego slide. BA actually released it and they put white on it this time, like a normal person would. The first one, it looked really good, but it just didn't have that oomph. They added a little bit of white, and wow, man, that thing is great. They're not doing them in they're not doing them with landing pads right now. They're gotta wait for the design, and as soon as they're doing that with the design, then I'm gonna be way more happy then. So.
I think I ask this almost every video, but anyone in here who has like a separate business that's separate from the bounce houses or tents, I'm always interested. Someone said last week a Christmas tree lot. I got a piece of paper next to the computer to keep track of these. And if you see everything back there, those are on my plans for the future. That one has Nerf War and movie screens on it. And so within 1 week, I did the Nerf War. I'm still thinking about movie screens though. Because like during the day they could have Nerf War, and then all the kids are spending the night maybe, and then they watch a movie.
Who is making what, Brian Swanson? So what's the ultimate goal for you both? Bigger company? How many inflatables do you have, Justin, now? Versus when you started? What? Oh, how how many inflatables do you have, Justin, now versus when you started? I started with 5 and I got up to like 30, and then I narrowed it down to like I think I'm almost like 20 now because I wanted to get rid of a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of junk that I bought that I was renting last year, and I made money on. I bought things that were going so cheap that I knew I could probably resell them to. Like even Adam, the stuff was ridiculous, right? The stuff I was buying for.
You bought right in the beginning of COVID when people were deciding to get out, and you got everything. Like
people thought the world was going to end. Like people was like, I'm just going to sell everything. I don't need this stuff. We're going to die. Like, take these tables. Oh, who's making Bouncing Angels is making the Lego slide. And it's supposed to be coming out of combo too. And my goal is to multiply have like 3 or 4 companies with all the same equipment, but under different names, marketing at different prices into different demographics. So I can encase like everything with the same equipment. And pretty much have like one dude with 4 different t-shirts, you know what I mean? Or a couple dudes that can wear at least 3 different t-shirts. Like what you in your company, like who can deliver the restroom trailer and do tents and catering stuff? Pretty much just your one dude, right? Your other main dude?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking hard. I think I would trust Matt to go do anything without training. If we needed to, we could be like, Matt, go deliver a restroom trailer because we all just died or something. Yeah, I could trust Matt with any part of the business, and he would just figure it out without.
But he's not trained on everything, though.
No, but I think he could figure out the restroom trailer.
Yeah, he's pretty versatile. But you see what I'm saying, though? There's like,
yeah,
but he does do all the other stuff, but the restroom trailer, probably, right?
And the dishes.
He doesn't do dishes either?
No, that's Brandon. The dishes is a whole separate company as well, but it's under the same umbrella. Like the customer doesn't know it's a separate company, but I wanted to give someone ownership in it so that they were like really, really invested in cleaning the stuff, making sure it was clean. So it's a separate company, but the customer doesn't know that. I want to answer the question of what's my ultimate goal.
Okay.
So my ultimate goal is, I like doing the tents. I like being on the road. I like being with my friends. I like making fun of each other and stuff. So I'm still going to do that. I got an office guy who does the office stuff. I don't know anything that goes on really until 7 days beforehand. So that's cool. I don't have to deal with that stuff. I got these other businesses that funnel me money. Basically, with all that extra money, I'm just putting it into mutual funds and dividend paying stocks so that my money just starts making money. My ultimate goal is just to have these businesses that just make me money. And
he wants to sell them and then start doing Airbnbs too.
Yeah, we want more Airbnbs. Basically, I want all these other side businesses to funnel me money, and that money goes into the stock market and in blue chip stocks like Apple, Coke, things that pay dividends, and mutual funds that pay dividends. And then just that money makes more money. And then my ultimate goal, I guess, would be just to wear like a button-up shirt, jeans, and fancy dress shoes and just drive around and checking on things, like checking on businesses. But eventually not check on things. I want to retire I'm 38. I want to retire at 48 and then just go on vacation forever.
All right. I got ready. So the ultimate goal for me in reality is I want to take this channel. I want to make a website for it that's a resource for the entire party rental industry. I want to grow my business to the point where I actually have somebody managing that business so I don't have to focus on it more, and then learn different aspects of this industry that I could bring value to all you people, and then maybe go across country and actually teach this stuff to different people and maybe like get charged for that or do something like that, maybe make money that, but travel again. Entertainment company, all kinds of different stuff. I think it's going to be years on the line before I do something like that, but that is my main goal. So I didn't just kick him out either. Like I can actually put us both in and out or whatever.
Right.
If you think I just kicked him out, listen, I'm done. Shut up. Just kicked you out. with your bald head.
Tank guy, would you use plastic barrels for your Nerf party? No, because the goal is just to deliver it. And, my friend has an SUV and a pickup truck. So the goal is just to deliver everything, easily. And plastic barrels are going to take up room. If he had a van or box truck, maybe, but I think it looks chintzy. I like the inflatable stuff way better. It can be colorful. You can put your branding on it. Like the ones we're getting, it's going to be printed our name and phone number. So other people
That's why it's expensive, dude. That's cheap and printed.
Right. So no, but there are inflatable barrels that look like toxic. They have toxic waste on them. So it is like a barrel, but not the blue barrel.
Are you talking about those cheap ones and stuff like that from like Halloween? Or like they're not even inflatables. They like just springs and they spring up.
No. It's from that set I bought from Walmart. It looks like a barrel, but it's an inflatable, but it says toxic waste on it or whatever.
I wouldn't be using stuff from Walmart.
This is just for the scatter terrain. It's like
I know.
Hey,
I know.
There's a box.
I know it's an accent and stuff.
Yeah,
but it's still. Are you getting? Like, did he have like cool ones? You're not gonna do the walls, you said, with like windows in them and stuff like that because it's just too time consuming.
Yeah, it's there's flat walls that inflate that have windows or screens in them, but then it's like more consuming because you got to Velcro in. It's harder to keep them to stay up. And these are kids; they're going to be bumping into them. So we just want the ones that are big, just sit on the ground.
I used to play paintball and stuff like that with those things in airsoft. Those were the best. I remember my buddy. Yeah, he had a Sawzall. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like a chain gun, basically. It's a Gatling gun, basically. And he basically literally came around the corner. And my foot was standing there around the thing, and he just he unloaded on my foot with that thing, from a couple things. And I was like, wow, that thing was. It hurt. It hurt. So what? Nerf? Are you gonna do maybe get the glow in the dark Nerfs and do nighttime stuff too?
There's an actual idea that I like of yours.
I'm full of them. No, listen, you love my ideas. Stop playing. I'm like, okay, so I come up with about 20 ideas a day. If you people don't know, I really come up with I just think and spit, and then there's a lot of them that are just yeah, okay, I could do that if I really want to freaking do that. You know what I mean? Right. But it's But then a lot of them, some of them are good, and that was definitely one of the good ones.
That's a good one. Last night I was talking to him about the Nerf party thing, and he's like, I think it was at the third time at least. He's like, yo, do laser tag. And I was like, Justin, get it through your head. I'm not doing laser tag. Not doing it.
I said get a laser tag arena, because you can just put that thing, and then you thought it was a good idea because you can literally sweep all the cards up.
I thought it was cool, but not something I want to do. But anyways,
I wouldn't start out that way. I wouldn't.
Even if you bombard me with ideas, and I'm like, oh, Justin, shut up. You can still give me your ideas, because for every 10 that I say, no, you're thinking too crazy. You got one which I take.
I know. I come up with some decent stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Some of it's out there. Some of it's 5 years ahead. You know what I mean? Just way ahead. Hopefully I remember it. But honestly, I love the creative.
You got to do that. You got to put all your ideas on your wall, so every time you walk by them.
Dude, I would literally just it'll be bad in here. I got the main ones focused on.
Actually, John Prince, just type in the comments, what is your ultimate goal? What is everyone's ultimate goal here? Do you want a massive company? I don't want a massive company. My friend Sean makes $6 million a year, and to make another $1 million more, he only makes $100,000 in profit. So adding millions doesn't make him that much more money for that much more headache. I'm good where I'm at, tent company wise. I just want more streams of income that I don't have to do much for. That's the ultimate goal, right? You leverage other people's time to make you money. And then that money that you get in, you leverage that money to make you money. The ultimate goal, and the only way to get really massively wealthy is to make your money work for you.
This is true. You
got to stop trading your time for money. If you're a single operator, it's still just like a job. You're trading your time for money. Once you get people then you're trading their time and you're paying them, obviously, your money for more money. And then you can step away, and now you're just using your money and their time to make you money, which then that money goes to somewhere to make you more money.
I want to talk about like outsourcing to foreign countries sometime because it's cheaper later. Like first of all, you're benefiting somebody else because they're making more money they probably could in their own country. And second of all, you're getting labor for cheaper price. Like having a VA in a different country.
What's a VA?
Virtual assistant.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Like you could pay like $2, $5 an hour.
Right.
For somebody who's decent, really decent. And then give them commission on top of that for doing some type of sales job. So that's, you know what I mean? So first of all, like it's the type of stuff. It's the type of stuff that people need to
you can also outsource other companies, like or other labor that's not people that work for you. Like, again, my friend Sean did a double-decker tent and two 60,000 square foot tents on the side of the double-decker down in DC. Most of his guys haven't worked with double-deckers at that time or tents that huge. So he hired this Mexican crew. They're from Mexico, but they just travel the country putting up PGA Tour tents, and they're just really good at it. So he hired 15 of them to come and put up all the framework for every single tent while we built, 100,000 square feet of stage. While we were doing the stage and got done with a section, they started putting up a tent. And then we got done, started putting up a tent. And then at the end, we just pulled the vinyl through. So for him, it was way more cost effective to hire these dudes than to have 30 of his guys who don't know anything what they're doing really because they haven't worked with it that much.
This is something I actually don't talk about too often either, but I'm a stagehand as well in the stagehand union. So like I take down some wild staging and some wild stats. Like I've literally just, I've eaten dinner with, I shouldn't probably talk about some of the stuff actually.
Yeah,
Never mind, because I don't want to lose my job. That's one of the cool jobs. I'm not going to say some of the stuff that I did on YouTube. Ask me in person and I'll tell you, but I'm not going to put it on YouTube.
Yeah, don't say names.
Yeah. Let's just say that I love that job. I'm still going to do it even if I own these companies and do all that stuff. It's on call. I can say no whenever. That's sweet. But that's actually some people that I'm actually like trying to find employees to go from there. Because one, they're all on call. Two, unloading and packing equipment. That's what we do. That's what we do with the stagehand.
You probably see me looking down and stuff. I'm talking to the guy who I'm buying the bunkers from. So that's why. Sorry, guys, if being rude, but that's who I'm talking to.
It's his lover.
Yeah, my inflatable lover. No, I want to get this ordered quick. Our first party is June 5th. That's when I said we're going to get stuff in by. But if I can get it in next week, then we can start taking parties sooner than that. So I just want to get this taken in.
Shipping it out. Yeah, my foam day machine, man. I'm waiting for that thing. I can't wait. As soon as it is, I actually, my cousin's the city inspector for Buffalo, so I'm trying to figure out how to pull a permit for local neighborhood, and they're going to do an arts festival, so I'm going to do a color foam. I want to try and do that giant color foam thing. I think it would be sweet. Have you all took a look at Hullabaloo and seen that their tents they sell? No, I have not.
I've never heard of Hullabaloo. What is it?
I think they're Magic Jump's second company.
It sounds like a kids' TV show.
Hullabaloo?
No, I'll take a look.
I don't know. Yeah, let me pull it up. I'll pull it up.
Honestly, I'm kind of a snob when it comes to tents. I really only like buying from the 5 biggest companies because I know.
Dude, it is a TV series. What the hell?
Is it? Okay, that's what I thought.
A 60s pop flashback Hullabaloo TV shows. between 1965 and 66. Wow. Alrighty.
I guess I'm old.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like a TV show. Hullabaloo Sales. That's what you need to look up, people.
I bought tents from cheap companies. There was this one tent company called NEW Tents, New Tents Manufacturing. And I could basically buy a 20 by 30 for twice the amount it would cost to rent it, because the guy had a rental company and he just made his own tents and then used them a few times and then sold them. But the problem was they were never square. The math wasn't right. My friend had, during a graduation party, the seams just rip apart. It was good for me when I first began because I could get these tents cheap, make a bunch of money, and then put them into better tents. But at this point, I wouldn't buy a tent from that guy ever again, or a second-rate tent company.
So they're just economy pop-ups.
Okay.
Do not buy them. You can go buy these at freaking Sam's Club. Save $550 on a 10 by 10 aluminum pop-up. This was listen. No, unless this is actually Euramax that they're selling for they wouldn't be selling it for $249. No.
So if you're going to do pop-ups and you're trying to stay cheap, just go buy the Walmart ones for your first few years.
Yeah.
So it falls apart, just go replace it. But once you want to start getting longevity and not having to put so much money into things, start buying the more expensive, better equipment, and it's going to last you longer. And over time, it's going to make you more money than buying all these little cheap things all the time. But it's pretty cool just to get your bankroll rolling to buy cheap stuff. But you can't sustain a reputation having cheap stuff.
Yeah, that's not. Listen, you can go, and I know people, like somebody local to me, even said that they literally go and just buy pop-up tents and return them when they need them sometimes.
Right.
Or they just don't even care. It's like, I don't got time for all that, but.
Yeah, I bought a 10 by 10 pop-up once because all my 10 by 10 frames were out. And then I set the 10 by 10 pop-up and it was only like 5.5 feet tall. I had to actually attach it to the building and attach it to the tent. So it was just like floating there because it was a 10 by 10 to span from the building to the tent. And it was junk and I never used it since. Actually, my friends used it to go out range shooting and it was raining, so they put it up over them.
Ba-boom. Ba-boom. What made me go with Foam Daddy? All right. Basically, the Foam Daddy machine's like a cannon, and that's what I wanted the effect of. Like the other one is more of a you can put a sock on a Foam Daddy and make it a cannon. It just can't shoot as far as the other one. It's still a cannon. The other one, it shoots decently far, so I can show up to a slide and shoot it all up and down a slide still, and then actually go do parties and shoot foam. And it actually looks more of like a round. It's more design than anything is one of the main reasons I would actually have to say, because it looks cooler. Because my logo is actually a cannon.
Right.
Is a kid being shot out of a cannon. And like
so you could go to a bar party and get on their second floor balcony and everyone's outside and you could shoot it at people.
You could put it in the back of your truck and do that too.
Yeah.
And freaking shoot it at people. They have the UV foam and all that too, but I'm pretty sure you could probably buy the foam from them and just run it through his machines too. I don't see why you can't run it through a party machine. Ask Greg if that's the case. I don't know for sure. We'll do that after. Hold on. And then so literally, why? It's like Coke or Pepsi for me. You know what I mean? But then they're more cannons. They don't really have drippers. Like their baby machine, shoots. Stay tuned for the baby machine too. There may or may not be something special coming to Party Rental Knowledge Group. Hint, hint, people.
Well, I've been to foam parties at bars. Like I went to a New Year's Eve foam party somewhere in New Zealand. And they had one of the machines where it just fills up the room. So there's definitely a thing for that as well. Mm-hmm. I think the Canon one is more like you got crazy music. There's a center of attention or whatever. The bar party.
Larger crowds.
Yeah. The other one was like they just wanted to get people in. They didn't want to pay. They didn't have a DJ or anything. It was just like the attraction is the foam party. I mean, it just fills the room with foam. People are dancing, buying drinks.
I'll tell you another different, and this is all from visual. Just so you guys know, I don't own a foam daddy machine yet. I just bought one, and it's not in yet. I haven't set up. I've set up old school foam parties. I've done like 2 or 3 of them, like old school with a giant tub and like a circular fan, and you know what I mean. Totally different experience. But as far as this, never used one of these. I've never used one of Greg's party machines. So, but from what I'm looking at visually is Greg's machines are really better for like you can actually like drop them off for a rental item or have even customer pickup.
What's that called?
Party machines. Greg Gordon.
Okay, because
foam machines.
A lot of us don't know the names.
Yep. And then there's the foam daddy one is like a cannon. And you can shoot. It's more, and they market for more of an experience. And you can use either for both. So you know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it more. Greg gives his machines away for free most of the time. You buy a certain amount of packs and stuff. The other machines are sturdy built and like they look like a crazy cannon. They shoot a little bit farther. Like
there's benefits to both. They kind of do the same parties, but then they also have different aspects to them.
Yeah, they're both really, really good companies too. So I don't, you know what I mean? I bought a foam daddy. I would probably buy party machines too. It's probably gonna end up happening. I'm pretty sure Greg, Bob's got a foam daddy too, or not a foam daddy. I think he's got a foam daddy and he's got a party machine actually. So I'm gonna try and actually get some more information from Bob too. I know he was like filling his whole backyard up with the foam daddy one or whatever. He was playing around with it. The one time he was telling me, he was showing he did it like over his pool because he's got a pool in his backyard. So like I'm excited. That stuff doesn't kill grass. The solutions, it doesn't stain or anything. It's hypoallergenic. So it's
everyone. Do you guys want to see Justin when he gets his foam machine get blasted with the foam wearing a white T-shirt?
Oh, I don't do that.
Just you.
Some weight.
You're gonna wear a white T-shirt, and one of your employees or friends is gonna blast you with the foam. You're not gonna go crazy and get girls and try to get clickbait. Everyone, just get on Justin, message him everywhere you can.
Try to get chicks,
and tell him that we want to see him in a white T-shirt getting blasted by the foam.
You don't wear white T-shirts because you look like Mr. Clean.
I don't wear white T-shirts because I like black. I don't know. I guess I could look like Mr. Clean. Actually, so some of my employees sometimes that it's a Six Flags commercial. There's that song da, 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 and it's an old guy,
the old man
who's dancing. They say I look like him.
You got glasses on, right? You got glasses in your room over here?
No, I don't have glasses. You
don't have any glasses on? Just put some glasses on. And like suspenders.
Yeah. But yeah, everyone, message him everywhere you can. Blow him up. Okay? Annoy him.
Did I tell you that the tent guy sells banners? Just inbox him if you want to buy some banners. He sells licensed banners too.
Oh, boy.
That's the new joke in the group, guys. Like we did that to Gary Laurent this morning. Somebody was like, "Yeah, Gary sells banners." To somebody who's asking about banners. I just did. That's another question that gets asked in the group a lot. And here's another thing I wanted to touch base, but I forgot to say earlier. So yeah, there's a lot of people that get butthurt about people in the group asking questions, but nobody has the right to tell anybody what they can and can't ask either. So I'm just putting that out there. You know what I mean? Don't get too carried away at how much you should try and moderate the group that I created to try and help everybody. Like I literally let wild stuff happen in here just because I don't want too much. You know what I mean? I don't want to moderate too much and it gets buried. And 95% of the stuff that goes on here is completely constructive and completely beneficial to everybody. So, and it's the internet. I'm not here to fix the internet. I'm here to help you with your party rental business.
Well, it's good to have fun too. Like someone put that Facebook or Someone put that April Fool's joke about a guy in the. Since I'm a moderator in the group, I was like, "What?" Her joke was basically.
I told her to post it in there. She posted another one. I'm like, please post this in my group.
Yeah, there's a guy being in the group and he's sending lewd pictures to everyone and promising an iPhone 11, and it's really the whatever we're called. What are we called? I just said it.
It's really only an iPhone like 12, or it's only really an iPhone 8 or 10 or something.
Yeah, and that's what she was upset about, not the lewd pictures. That was funny. And then someone said, how do you know how old an inflatable is? And someone was like, cut it open and count the rings. And then some guy took an old inflatable and inflated it up and then cut it open to count the rings. So there's some funny stuff that happens. I like it.
Yeah, it was great. Slow motion. I want to get a slow motion camera. I want to bring some serious value to this group, and I want to make some money for this Party Rental Knowledge company. And as soon as I do that, I want to have a film crew start following me around and just start bringing you like the ultimate value,
like a reality show.
Not just like a reality show, just like a educational channel that's like it's edutainment is what it's called. I watch a channel that's about construction in another country. But
anyways, back to the slow motion.
That's valuable.
When you get blasted with it,
no,
you don't have a slow motion camera, but you can make it slow. We want to see you doing this.
All right, I have a serious question. Would you watch the tent guy if he had a camera inside his truck, like messing around with his employees, just talking to crap, like in between jobs, and like put that as like a show or like a TV show or like a slight like episode type stuff each week? Would you be interested in that?
That's the fun part of the day, is in the truck talking about just crazy stuff. Me and this one kid, Foos, just nonstop talk about crazy stuff. And Foos he just always thinks he's right, and he won't look anything up on Google, and we'll just argue for half an hour. And I'm like, dude, it's on your phone. Just look it up. He's like, no, I'm right. You were in the truck with Foos. It was you, me, and Foos that one day.
That was funny. Cool. Yeah, you guys told me he was from Australia or from like freaking Chile. And he's got a list. Like
Foos, him, when he was younger, he had a bunch of ear infections, so he has a lisp. He can't say his R's that well. Rhodism. He has rhodism. He can't say his R's that well, and he can't say his L's that well. So he sounds a little weird. So I told you he was from Australia, or did I tell you the dad joke?
No, you told me he was like from like Chile or Argentina or something.
Yeah, that's what he tries to tell girls when he meets them. He's from Australia, so he doesn't sound like he's dumb.
No, it wasn't Australia. It was like Chile or like Argentina. It was just something so weird. It wasn't Australia because he doesn't sound Australian, but he sounds like he's like foreign.
Yeah, he does. He sounds Australian or Boston kind of. But usually when people meet him, he's next to me. We're in the truck together. And I say, you probably noticed Foos can't talk that well. He's not dumb. What happened was when he was younger, his dad bought a new motorcycle and they went down the road just to test it out without a helmet. Well, they got in an accident. His dad unfortunately passed away and Foos got some brain damage. So that's why he sounds a little weird. And then everyone is like, oh my God, I'm sorry, Foos. And Foos is like, it's okay. And we let it go for a few minutes. And then we just say, no, I'm just kidding. We're just kidding. But Foos loves it. He thinks it's funny.
That's not funny.
It's funny for me and Foos.
That's not a good joke.
No, it's a great joke.
The only good joke that I saw when I went to his shop was go ask him about his eyes.
No, let's not get into that.
So if you go to IAPA, just ask him, show me your eyes.
IAPA. I'm not going to IAPA. I'm going to ARA show.
Go to an ARA show and ask him, show me your eyes. I'm going to drag you to IAPA.
It's like completely not anything I do.
You do Nerf wars. I bet you they do stuff like that there. Come on down.
Yeah.
Why would you not? You're Party Rental famous now.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend didn't like that I said that. That she made a comment later like, don't get a big head.
Don't get a big head. I say stupid stuff like that all the time. Yeah, I'm not out here saying I'm the king of the bounce houses and stuff. No, I don't know. It's fun. I like helping people, honestly.
I'm just
hello.
douchebag that points his camera at his face and tells you what.
Ask Miriam, you got a question for us? We got 30 minutes left in the stream. We can go through the whole 30 minutes.
No, I ain't got 30 minutes. I still got to email Corny Carney his link.
He's here.
Yeah, I got to email him his link, though.
All right, we got like 15 more minutes, people. Ask away your questions. We'll get into the dirty stuff if you really want to. Like, ask us some, like, ridiculous things. Just tell us, like, okay, what's your worst – oh, he's getting a beer. I can tell you guys my worst story. Like, I only got one. Oh, geez, I could think of some crazy – okay, I could tell you my worst one. So I worked for a company local here, and they made me go to they made me do an event local and then keep that event on the truck and bring it to Boston I had an oxygen bar, bumper cars, meltdown, and like 6 massage chairs all in the same truck. And I had to go do each event. I had to go do an event in the morning and then drive all the way to Boston, local, and bring this stuff with me. Stupidest thing ever. Then bring it all with me. By myself, I had to unload and load the truck. And every time I did it, I basically had to put it in the same way because it only fit one way. It's a 28-foot box truck. I had to unload it and load it myself. I went and did an event in Boston. The event in Boston was bumper cars across the street from the inspection office. And I did not have a permit or was not supposed to be in there. Was not licensed to be in that state. That's the stuff that that company did to me. So I had to do that. Then the next day, I went to this other college. I did massage chairs. Everything was dandy. Blah blah blah. And then I had to do like meltdown. Oh no, I did the massage chairs in the morning, and then I had meltdown that night. And then the next day, I found out there was an inspector coming. So we weren't supposed to be in that state, like I said. So instead of getting fined again, they told me to try and show up an hour late. So I was like, really? They're like, yeah, we'll tell them that the wheels deflated or the tire popped or anything like this. And I'm like, whatever. So then they tell me I got to go do this. And then I show up to the event. They make me unload the whole truck. And then they're like, listen, there's too many people here. We don't even want you to set it up. Why don't you just put everything back in and pack it up? So I spent an hour doing that. Then they were helping me unload the truck. So I got most of the truck unloaded. And they all just sat there and watched me while I had to unload the truck back up on myself because they said they weren't doing it anymore. And I'm just like, what the fuck? That was brutal. And then they didn't want to pay me for the event because the event didn't happen when I told them that the inspector was coming because it was at the same college. And they said, be there early for the inspector tomorrow. So instead of making me more money because I would have been there early, they didn't pay me at all for the event and then screwed me out of pay after I saved them thousands of dollars and had to make a fool of myself and all kinds of stuff. So it's just like, that's the type of aggressive stuff. And that's one of the reasons I ended up leaving that company like years later. But they were doing some aggressive stuff. That, like, what are DOT laws? Like, you know what I mean? 10 hours? The minimum is 14 hours. Like, all kinds of crazy stuff. Oh. He's gonna have a storm. I don't know. He's linkless. He doesn't have a link. What do you think about Selena Pinnacle Series tents?
Anything from Selena is going to be good. If you feel like that was the best quote or whatever, I would go with Selena. I personally have not had anything from Selena. I know companies that have. I've seen them up. Anytime I see a tent somewhere, I go look at it. And I can immediately tell which is a bad company and which is not. I've seen Selena tents. They're good. If you feel like that was the best quote for you, or if it's maybe not the best quote, but they're near you and the cost of shipping was actually better than the quote from somewhere else, lower, I'd definitely go with Selena.
Yeah, I hear good things about Selena.
Yeah. So you're going to be rest assured if you get something from Selena, it's going to be good. And if something is messed up, they're going to fix it. So go with it.
Does anybody else have any more questions? I want to, what's your worst, one of your worst setups?
I think I told this story before. I it was in my beginning years. It was the first year I bought a 30 by 60 pole tent, and I just wanted to get it out. This guy was having a wedding an hour and a half away, and he asked if he could change some of my contract. I said, yeah, okay, whatever, because I was young and hungry and dumb. He changed basically the thing about delivery to a convenient location. Anyways, we show up. He's on a mountain. He told us the wrong driveway, so we go up halfway up a mountain, the wrong driveway. He's not answering his phone for half an hour. The whole ride up there, my friend is saying, I can't believe you changed your contract. That was so dumb. That was so dumb. For half an hour, he's just going off on me about changing my contract. So I'm getting more and more like, oh my God, you're right. I'm mad. We finally get a hold of the guy. Then we go up his driveway. It's only like a mile long, but takes half an hour because there's boulders everywhere. I'm in a 16-foot box truck. The week before that, I got stuck in a soccer field and paid $450 to get towed out. So I'm just like, I don't want to get towed. I don't want to get towed. And we get up there finally. I get out of the truck. The guy walks up to me and goes, are you Adam? And I said, yeah. Are you, I forget his name. Are you Steven? And he's like, yeah. And no, wait.
You said it wrong.
Yeah. All right. I walk up to him and I go, are you Steven? And he goes, yeah. And I go, I'm Adam and I am effing pissed. And I just loud as I can start going, I can't believe you changed my contract, this and that and that and that. What the? And my two guys are just in the truck like, oh my God. I was screaming at him at the top of my lungs for 15 minutes. And he's like, I have people come up here all the time. And I'm like, yeah, and you probably change their contracts too, and they never come up here again. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, if you would have told me that it was a boulder-filled road, I would have charged you $300 extra just in case I got stuck and for the time. And I was like, I'm charging you $300 more to put up this tent. We're leaving. So his wife came out, and she had a messed up eye. That's the only refrain I had because she started yelling at me, and I almost said to her, shut up, you googly-eyed B word. But I trained myself. So he gives me the $300. Now we got to set the tent up, and it was just awkward, super awkward. But the dude knew what he was doing. I think he was in law. I forget. I think he was a lawyer. He changed my contract on purpose because he knows that he was getting 18-wheelers. He built the place himself on a mountain. He was getting 18-wheelers delivering stuff up there. And he knew that it was not a good drive. So he took advantage of a 24-year-old dude. That was the craziest story. People still will say to me, hey, I'm Adam Keller, and I'm effing pissed at you.
Say that to him if you see him at IAPA or ERA.
Yeah.
Be like, hi, I'm John, and I'm effing pissed.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got to put that on a T-shirt. I'm the tent guy, and I'm effing pissed.
That's actually not bad.
Oh, look at 2 ideas in a row, people. You ready? 2 ideas in a row.
Let me write it down.
I just want to thank the tent guy for all his YouTube videos. I learned a lot from them. I was one of the first subscribers on his channel. Thank you for giving free tips and tricks to the party rental industry.
I appreciate it. Miriam. Thank you. It was from Miriam?
Yep.
Cool. What's your YouTube handle? Because I probably recognize it. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. When I first started doing the YouTube, it was just kind of like for fun. And then I started, watching stuff about Elon Musk and Bill Gates, and I felt like a loser. I'm like, I'm not doing anything in this world. Oh, yeah, I have some companies. And then my friend, my office manager, who's in the Airbnb and the restaurant trailer business with me, he's like, what are you talking about? You've given a bunch of people opportunities in business. You give people jobs. You give them 401ks and stuff. He was trying to make me feel better about it. And then what I realized was like, yeah, I can't be Elon Musk. I can't get people to Mars. I can't get this. I can't create solar powered cars. But what I can do is just try to improve people's lives in the little circle that I know. And the little circle I know is the rental industry. And that's really the only thing that makes me feel good is when someone says, hey, I just started my rental company and 2 months later, I'm booking jobs for $5,000 a piece and things like that, or whatever. It doesn't have to be 5,000. That's just the extreme one. Some dude in Texas literally started his tent company. 2 weeks later, he was booking jobs for $5,000 a piece, 2 months out from the day he started. So like, I can't do much, can't change the world, but I can change people's lives on the small scale. So, maybe in the future when they're telling their grandkids, oh yeah, I watched this bald guy and this and that, and he helped me out.
Man, I'd be telling my grandkids, dude, I wouldn't be here without you. I was just sitting here like, man, there's no good bounce house advice. There's no decent advice for this. Like, I could totally add some more information. I see you talking. I want to just be like, oh, but what about this and this too? And this information, you know what I mean? So then you're like, dude, just start a channel. I'm like, I was like, ah.
Yeah, because you are initially bounce houses and that side of the business. I could not talk about a bounce house at all.
Yeah, I initially started I wanted to be the bounce house guy. But then, like, I'd rather be the party rental guy.
Yeah, because obviously
T-shirts coming soon.
There's a whole bunch more stuff. Bounce house.
That's me in general. I'm not a bounce house guy. The way I see it, most bounce house guys will rent anything. They'll rent a tent. They'll rent a foam machine. They'll rent yard cards. They'll rent a donkey. Shout out to Corny Carney. Interview after this. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, I don't even know if he has a donkey.
Speaking of which, 4 minutes, I gotta go.
Yeah, I got you, brother. Yeah, so like this, one of the reasons I did this is because I'm very well versed in this industry. I've seen side shows, I've seen tents. I actually had to pull out a freaking tent from the carnival and set it up in my mom's backyard to store stuff for garage sales. So I'm going to show people that because I think it would be really cool for all the tent people in here because you ain't never seen anything like that before. I'll tell you that. You know what I mean? Like, Adam, have you ever seen a carnival tent put up?
No.
Pretty interested, right?
Probably elephants put it up, don't they?
I wanted to say something wild, but I did. I was like, your mom? Just you're funny with those jokes. I'm cool to say it with you, but it's like, I try not to do that coming from New York. But anyways, like, no, seriously, I would like to set up a freaking a carnival tent in my backyard. I think people would be like, wow, this is weird. Like, I've never seen that before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's some weird tents out there.
Yeah, it's definitely it's an aluminum one too. It's not a wooden one. I would love to pull on an old wooden one too. That'd be sick.
Right.
Like, you guys don't even know about that. But there's, like, I don't know, the versatility of this industry in general. Like I said, I'm adding a foam machine, people, from Foam Daddy. He's adding Nerf Wars. Like, what are you people adding? Leave some comments in the video here. Like and subscribe. Go to his channel. He's doing an interview at 9:30 today.
Corny Carney's coming up. An interesting man. He's master of brand and marketing.
He gave Tiger King his first tiger.
Really? Well, we'll talk about that.
Don't bring it up because it gets brought up so often. Like, ask him in a group or something. Don't bring that up. But yeah, no, seriously, like, this guy's good with branding. He's one of my favorite people, like, in the world. I'm not gonna lie, he's one of the good people. Then every Tuesday we do this, people. Every Tuesday we do live streams at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Adam does a live stream at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I'm going to be going live this Thursday at 8 Eastern Standard Time. What is that? 4:15. That would be
California.
So no, April 15th.
Oh, 4:15.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take this one last question, and then I got to sign off. Is the title of a company adding the words party rental more inflatables and event rental more for tents?
No, event rental is just more bigger jobs and corporate stuff, and party rental is more backyards, I would have to say.
Yeah. I know a bunch of companies who are very large in tents, and it's usually some sort of name. Tents and events, like O'Shanahy Tents and Events. Mm-hmm. And to me, that is a big tent company that does big things. Party rental is, I would think, smaller, but it doesn't matter. Like, you can name it whatever you want. You just got to make sure that your website looks a certain way to what you're targeting.
I was just in case tents and events, and I changed it because I want to do party rental because I want to go towards more backyards.
Right.
It's better SEO, in my opinion.
If you're doing tents, you got to have tents somewhere in there, like O'Shanahy's Tents and Events. Mine is Tent All Rental. I made it up when I was 22. I hate the name. I wish I picked something different, but mine's Tent All Rental. Basically, I wanted you to know that I rent tents and I rent all the other stuff.
Rebrand, you won't.
No, I can't. I'm too far into it. Way too far into it. People know me. A competitor said I got the best brand in town, better than his. I don't even brand that much. I don't brand at all. I just exist.
He's the worst. He's the worst marketer in history. Like he talks about marketing, but he just does not do any like
the Nerf thing I marketed.
Your website, yeah, you did, and you did it decently because you marketed to everybody in your Facebook group, anyways. Because you got a following. You're not your Facebook group, but your actual thing. Listen,
my tent page.
His website's trash.
No, it's not. If you go on my website on a computer, it's great. It's not set up for mobile though. My website looks classy, just not on mobile. You have to zoom in and treat it like your computer screen.
No, it's not. Listen,
my website's classy.
It's classy.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, everybody.
All right, see you guys.
Go check out his stuff. Clinton Hensel, we're leaving. Goodbye.
Clint, 15 minutes. I'll be on my channel with Corny Carney. See ya.
Yes, he will. Yo, Clint's pretty sweet too. Cowboy Party Rentals. He knows a little bit about brand too. I'll tell you that much.
Right. All right. I gotta
Bye, everybody.
I gotta email the link.
Like and subscribe.
See you guys.
Have a great one.